Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's versions of readings. This is on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. In case you're seeing it anywhere else, this is where it should be. Also, I'm now offering live readings, in-person readings, if you're near Herkimer, New York. This weekend, October 26th, I will be in Dolishville for a benefit for Lisa Knapp, doing short readings. I believe that's from 1 to 5. I'll have more information on my Instagram on that. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Information below. If you're interested in the donation information, then information is also below. Thank you very much, and let's go into your reading. Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Cancer? All right, we have a really good start, but let's get all the cards out there. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Very good start. Does it slow down? You might be okay with that. Hold on. A little farther, a little farther. Something is trying to start. You might slow it down. You got to go with your prerogative. If you feel like it's right to slow it down, go with your gut on that one. I don't think there's anything wrong here, but it reminds me of like growing plants. In the beginning, they start to grow fast, but then if it's too warm, they get really spindly and they kind of die off. But if you slow it up and cool it down into like a cooler temperature, they don't grow as fast, but they get thicker, they get hardier, and they last, right? So this might be something where you're kind of like, oh, let's just hold back. Oh, let's just wait a minute. And that might be the best decision for the whole situation, not just you, but for the whole situation in general. So keep that in mind as we keep moving forward. Whatever's coming in, it's been very quiet in this category of your life for quite a while. It's been quiet. Ace of Cups and the Judgment in your favor going forward too. So something that means a lot to you. It could be relationship, it doesn't have to be. Could be something for some of you. It could be like some type of craft thing or some type of hobby or something like that, or it could be some type of business connection. If it's a business connection though, it's something that you love and it's something you love doing and maybe you just haven't done in a while. Because I feel like it's been quiet in this category of your life for quite a while. Not down and out, but maybe it's something that maybe you have told yourself, I think I'm done with that part of my life. You might have said that to yourself, but now it's coming back around and it's kind of like, well, even though it's good, it might be like, well, I don't know just yet. Well, I don't know just yet. Even though it's good, because you have a really strong, like these two cards coming in, doesn't have to be romance, doesn't have to be romantic, could be a hobby, could be a business thing, could be something with families, could be some type of vacation thing. Take it where it resonates for you. But you got the Lovers coming in with the Two of Cups, like really good energy, just boom. You might get like involved with somebody or something. So I'll use the hobby thing just for fun. So maybe you've been really good at stained glass or organizing things or creating something, painting, whatever you have, some type of craft thing. Been very good at it in the past, and then you're like, maybe somebody asks you to do something, or you just get the moment where you're like, you know what, I really want to do this. And you just kind of do something and you just make it happen. And there's a really great moment here. And even though that happens, for some reason you pull yourself back and you're just like, oh, maybe I don't want to get that deep into this just now. I mean, it was nice, and I've done this before, but maybe I don't want to get that deep into this right now. It's like a really good moment, and then it's like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. I don't know if I want to get that deep in it. Even though it's good, it's kind of like, when I've been involved in this in the past, I feel like it's been all-encompassing. And it's kind of like, if I get involved in this again, it's going to do the same thing it did before. Am I sure I want to do that? Do I really want to do this again? And when I say again, it doesn't have to be the literally same thing. So, like, if it's a hobby thing, it doesn't have to be literally the same hobby you did before, but it may be some related thing or something like that. Like maybe you did polymer clay in the past and now you're getting into painting. But it's kind of like I'm feeling those feelings. I know this is going to take up a lot of my time if I do this. Could be a relationship thing. I'm trying not to center on that too much because it's not only about that. It depends how it hits for you. But it could be like, well, I've been involved in relationships like this before and it's taken up a lot of my time and a lot of my life. Do I really feel like I want to do that, let alone have the time to do that now? And I feel like they regain your focus with like, I don't know if this is right for me. Even though it's good, I don't know if this is right for me. Take a minute, step back, slow it down. I feel like most of you are going to naturally do that anyway. Yes, great call, because you're going to strengthen this connection is what I'm getting. Slow it down, and you get to decide the rules, obviously. Decide what you really want. Decide if this is really worth it to you. Judgment is going in your favor. I get that. Especially you going slow and steady and letting this slowly come forward on in your terms. Because I don't see you shutting it right down. I see you kind of slowing it up. Slowing it up. Great choice. Great choice for those of you who are naturally going to do that. And for those of you it isn't naturally going that way, it's an idea that might help you put the energy more in your comfort area. It might be more comfortable for you there. Comfortable. I want to use the word comfortable. Comfortable. We're going to leave it there. Comfortable. The energy coming towards you is slow and steady. Well, can we get a little bit more about that? There's no whatever. So like if it was a hobby thing, it's probably not the same hobby you did before. It's probably a new connection. If it's a relationship, it's probably not the same person as before. It's probably a new person. If it's a job, it's probably not the same job or same project. Is probably a new one. I get that there's a lot of like this energy learning who you are. The Eight of Pentacles and then the Six of Cups came in upside down, which is telling me there's no history here. There's no history with whoever's coming in. So even if it's like a hobby thing, I feel like there's other people connected here. And there's something here where there's no history. There's you building a history with this situation. And I feel like it's going to take a minute to really unlock the full potential to where you can see what's really being offered here. It's going to take a minute to really unlock the full potential. Okay. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's actually quite good. So there's a very interesting energy of like, kind of like to make this more comfortable. I keep wanting to use the word comfortable for you. Be careful about letting it just be a mystery. The Moon card is here. I do feel like it's compatible with you, and it's kind of like, all right, I don't need to know everything as long as, you know, it feels right, and it's just like, I don't need to be all encompassing in the situation. I'll just step back and just see what it shows me. Ironically, that seems to be like letting it stay a mystery is kind of like not going to really show you the full potential that you need to know to help you make a better decision. The idea here, where you could find, like they want you to find what's really going on here so you can be like, oh, this, oh, that, oh, this is a part of this. Well, how does that fit into my life? Does this make sense for my life? They want you to kind of get in there and just kind of like unearth a bit of it, just randomly kind of get involved in things. Not overly connected. The Page of Fire, this is the page, right? That's somebody who kind of like, they're constantly active, but they're not like over investing. Kind of like, oh, your kitchen's a little messed up. Let me help you clean it up. And they just kind of go away. And then, you know, they show up and like, oh, you're kind of taking care of the leaves. Okay, let me help you with that. And then you find out, oh, you're doing this. Oh, let me come over and help you. That's the thing. Kind of one hand washes the other. I feel like this energy is going to help you a couple times. Just randomly show up and help them a couple times. I heard that, you know, you're running out of some cleaning supplies, or you're running out of this, you're running out of that. So I just kind of grabbed it and thought I'd give it to you. I just thought I'd bring it to you to make your life a little easier. Randomly help, randomly do things, just randomly show up. I feel like you're going to get these little inklings to like, I just want to show up, or I just want to do this, or I just want to, or I noticed that, you know, they need a ride here, I'll offer the ride, that type of thing. Something like that. Randomly help, I feel, will show you full potential of this situation and show you what's really going on here to help you decide whether this is your flavor or not your flavor. There's something about that random energy. Let yourself be random. Let yourself be randomly involved. Okay. I want to talk about those cards. How do they add in? You have to decide for yourself, obviously. Okay. So you know what this takes, and you know that this is, whatever this is, the longer it goes, the more it's going to pull in. And they're saying you were definitely right with that. Going into it slowly also helps you create new boundaries. So I'm going to use two different things. Like maybe in the past, for example, if it was some type of hobby or something you did really well, and you're like, oh, I was eat, breathe, sleep, morning, noon, and night, the whole thing. I was constantly involved. If it wasn't, making it, I was preparing to sell it. And if it wasn't selling it, I was like maintaining this, or I was doing connections, or I was doing this, I was doing that. I was constantly this, that, and the other thing with it. Set new boundaries. This is by going into it slowly and kind of questioning, like, do I really want to do that? You can pull back that energy and set new boundaries. So for example, maybe when years past, you would like, anytime an opportunity came your way, you were like, I did it. And when I had a moment to myself, I would research this. And then when somebody, said, oh, did you know that was going on over there? I would go and check it out. Instead of doing that, kind of going, you know what? I'm only going to allow myself to do this from 5 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock at night on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. So 2 hours, those 3 times a week, I'm just going to start with, for right now, that's all I'm going to let myself do it, just those times. And maybe if this keeps going and I want some more and I decide, I could do a little bit more, maybe every other weekend, I'll allow, 3 or 4 hours every other weekend in the morning, or whatever I need to do. By creating these boundaries and holding these boundaries and doing it in a way where it's not taking over your life, but allowing you to enjoy it and keeping these boundaries there, this could actually be something that's kind of like, it doesn't feel like it's taking over my life. It feels like it's adding to my life. Good. Boundaries. Boundaries are good here. Boundaries can be really good. You deciding what boundaries are right for you and maintaining those boundaries. I kind of feel like if you set the stage in the beginning with certain boundaries, it doesn't seem as hard to keep them. Because I feel like you're going to keep yourself on point, and if you're dealing with other people, they realize in the very beginning that these are the boundaries, and like if you don't fit into this window, Cancer's not going to participate. And I feel like they get it. I feel like it's not that hard, especially setting it right off in the beginning, setting the stage that way. I feel like I feel like it's not going to be as hard as it looks. The Eight of Swords sometimes to me can be like, it's not just boundaries, but it's like forcing yourself to hold your boundaries and realizing, I know where this has been in the past. If I let go of my boundaries, I'm going to get myself stuck in a little quagmire. I'm definitely more of an intuitive reader, but that's the two of these together, that energy is kind of what I'm getting. Like, I got to hold my boundaries. And I keep getting with this, something about respecting your own boundaries, self-loyalty to your own boundaries. If this goes as planned, if this goes ideally, hopefully, you could end up loving this situation, and it could be many times over better than it was in the past, mostly because of the boundaries. You know what I mean? To where it doesn't feel like it's exhausting you or running your life. It feels like I have all the benefits of the past plus the benefit of the boundaries, to where I feel like I have more control of my life. I don't feel like the situation controls me. I feel like I control the situation. So whatever it be, like work, hobby, romance, it could be whatever it is for you. I feel like I'm looking at this and I'm like, it wasn't bad the other time around, but it's a lot better than I thought it could be. It could be one of those situations. I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com is James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.